Dr. Ottavino, help us out here. What are you seeing from Devin Williams, and how can you help him out?
Well, I think you got two things going on at the same time, which are a tough combination. I think, number one, he's getting unlucky. There's no doubt about it. His batting average on balls in play is too high. It's unsustainable. And then the second thing is also the worst he's ever pitched in his career. So those two things are kind of snowballing on him. Fortunately for him, his track record's not good. It's insanely elite. So I have no doubt that he will get back to being really great and really useful. But there's also a mental component to this right now. And clearly the vibes aren't where they need to be in the stadium when he's coming into the game, and the snowball's kind of rolling the wrong direction. And I think Booney did a good job getting him out of the closer role. But we're going to need to get him in an extended period of success to get him feeling himself a little bit before we see the real Devin Williams.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the luck, because we know success isn't linear, especially when you're demoted from the closer's role. He had three really good ones, and then it just happens last night. It's a spiral effect on everything else that has happened. Williams comes into the game, and soft contact, you said it. Lockridge single up the middle was sort of fought off, broken bat hit. Right after a walk, you have another walk later in the inning. I had more of an issue. It wasn't with Williams himself last night. Yeah, he didn't pitch that well. But he's either a high-leverage guy right now or he's not. I think the Yankees are playing a weird in-between game right now where the bases are loaded, you got a righty hitter coming to the plate, and you pull him, and you put Luke Weaver into a mess. And I thought Luke Weaver was due for an outing like that where, you know, he slips up a little bit. So Williams is either high-leverage or he's low-leverage. I would say low-leverage for the time being, but if he's going to be high-leverage, I want to give him every opportunity to get out of that bases-loaded jet.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. The usage has been somewhere in the middle. They're like Friday night, Boone used him.
Right.
Against the bottom third. It was the eighth inning, but it was the bottom third of the order. So you think, all right, that's a good spot for a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But it does seem that, like you said, he needs a run of success to get the fans back on his side. I don't like to speak about other people's confidence because I'm not in their heads. But I know in talking to Devin, to the extent that I do, it's obvious that he's a human being, and there's a lot of noise coming to him that way. So taking him out of the closer spot was the right move at that time. It was more proactive than Boone was with Clay Holmes last year, because maybe Clay didn't need that exact same treatment. But, you know, it's not good right now. And the fans, you mentioned, too, when you're chanting, "We want Weaver," before Devin's blown a save, what do you expect is going to happen?
Yeah, and I mean, 17 pitches in the opening day, he was getting booed before he'd even blown that game. So the combination of unlucky and what Williams could be dealing with mechanically, anything.
It's a lot.
It's a lot on top of the fact that it's part of New York, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot to deal with, especially when you have that spiral.
You got to give that guy a chance, right? Give him a chance at least to prove that he can do it. Insanely elite is the word that you just used. I love that, because I agree with you. He's tucked away in Milwaukee. Now he's in New York City. We make a big deal about being here in New York City, right? Is there a difference pitching everywhere else compared to here?
1,000% yes. It's not even, I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, and he got to play in Milwaukee, which is a nice baseball town, but you got 3 or 4 beat writers. Generally, they're on your side. And listen, he cruised. He has a sub-2 career ERA. I mean, that's a joke. And then last year, he got clipped by Pete in the playoffs. Ended the season. That's his first real moment of adversity. He gets traded to the biggest team in the sport. Maybe the Dodgers, but the Yankees are right there. And it gets off to a rough start. He goes through having a kid in April. There's just so many things that feed into your psyche a little bit as a late-inning relief pitcher who a lot of is expected of you on the Yankees. And, yeah, I mean, he's got all the tools to do with it. He's a tough kid. I know he's equipped for it. But this is a tough start. And I do think he will come out better for this, and that's kind of what the Yankees are playing for. They get him right, and when they really need him, they'll have him. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to watch last night. I know what that feels like. I know what he's going through. And he didn't get a chance to get out of it himself, you know? So he's sitting there thinking, man, I could have struck Machado out here. I still got the good stuff. And then he's watching his runs across the plate, and he's like, man, nothing's going my way. So it's tough. It's tough.
He's not used maybe to the tough love. Luke Weaver used to the tough love, right? He gets moved into the closer role last year, does such a great job. Last night blows the save. It's uncharacteristic of him. You said maybe there was a point this could happen, but Andy, for you, have you noticed a difference between last year and this year for him?
Well, there is a tangible difference that I will note, but I want to ask the relief pitcher if it matters. Is that Weaver, so far this year, after pitching so much last year in a different role and deep into October, his fastball's down on average 2 miles an hour this year. So my question to you is that a big deal? Does it matter at all?
Well, of course it matters somewhat, but it's not the first thing I would run to immediately blame. I mean, He's pitched really well. He's given up like 5
He has.
hits in 15 innings. He's throwing great. He was due, as you said earlier, for an outing where he gave up some hits in a big spot. It's part of the game. You know, you're a late inning guy in close games. When you give up runs, they're going to cost the team the game, and you kind of have to reconcile that in your head a little bit. But watching him, looking under the hood a little bit, not a whole lot there. Luke Weaver's been a great story for the Yankees and continues to be, in my opinion.
There you go.